Deforestation is the act of cutting down trees or forests around the world. There are three principal countries where deforestation is a normal or basic job, for example Brazil, Indonesia, and even here in Colombia. So as you know, in Colombia we have a lot of nature places with a lot of diversity of animals and flowers, but we don't really take care about it. For example, a statistic, in the world 12 to 15 millions of hectares are cut down while the forest by humans per year. So this is equivalent to 13 soccer fields per minute. This is a crazy number, and we should take care about this. We should think about the nature. We should think about our planet, because this is our house. This is the house of a lot of animals around the world. About deforestation, we should think about a lot of things that we use every single day in our daily life. For example, a pen, a piece of paper, or even the table when we eat our dinner. So those things come from the wood, come from the trees. So factories and a lot of places need to cut down the trees to create a lot of objects or a lot of things that the people or the humans need to live in a comfortable life. So
another problem is that many materials required in construction are made of wood, and many of these wood are from other places, and this encourages today to cut down trees in other places.
Another cause of deforestation is the burning of trees or forests. Maybe when a group of people decide to go out to the camp in a mountain or a nature place, and they decide to create a fire, but they don't really take care about this. So it could be so dangerous for the nature place, because the fire is gonna destroy the trees, the animal, the nature place, and even to you. So please, if you go out to make a camp and you decide to make a fire, please be responsible about that, because it could be so dangerous for the nature. And as I said before, this is one of the main causes for deforestation, because it's so common. People every single day decide to make a little fire, but they don't know the impact it's gonna have in the future. So please take care about this. The most relevant causes for deforestation in the construction of buildings, because as you know, to create a building we need a great place or a big place, and a nature place, a mountain with a lot of trees is gonna be perfect to do it. So we prefer to have a great house with a lot of comfortable things, for example a pool, elevator or something like that, to have a beautiful and green place.
But apparently, the governmental entities already are permissive because of other requirements are very condensed, and they only react in tragic events like, for example, a total space, or when the environmental damage is enormous. However, they still allow the construction of condominiums and houses that, for example, specify that 400 trees have to be cut down, and at the end, the trees cut down are the double or many more, and these are not replaced.
From the beginning, the trees have given us two essential elements, food and oxygen. As we evolved, they provide additional necessities such as shelter, medicines, and tools. Nowadays, their value continues to increase, and more benefits of trees are being discovered, as their role stands to satisfy the needs created by our modern lifestyle. Trees are an important part of our community. Our streets, parks, playgrounds, and backyards are lined with trees that create a peaceful, aesthetically pleasing environment. The trees increase our quality of life by blending natural elements and with the life's habitat into urban settings. Many neighbors are also the home of a lot of trees that serve as historic landmarks and a great sources of a town pride. Using trees reduce the heat island effect caused by pavement and commercial buildings. As ecological and environmental value, the trees contribute to their environment by providing oxygen, improving air quality, climate air modulation, conserving water, preserving soil, and supporting wildlife. Many animals, including elephants, koalas, and giraffes, lives in the trees. And nectar is a favorite of birds, bats, and insects. Of course, hundreds of living creatures call trees their home. As personal value is that the main reason we like trees is because they are both and beautiful and majestic. Most of us react to presence of trees with a pleasant, relaxed, comfortable feelings. In fact, people plant trees as living memorials of life-changing events. Practical and convention value. The trees have supported and sustained life throughout our existence. They have a wide variety and commercial and practical uses. The trees provide timber for building, construction, tools, sporting equipment, and thousands of household items. Wood pulp is used to make paper. Finally, here I show 10 important benefits to help the environment. Trees combat the greenhouse effect. Trees conserve energy. Trees help prevent water pollution. Trees shield children from ultraviolet rays. Trees prevent landslide and agroforestry.
Solution for this would be that the entities establish more strict rules so that companies can carry out the construction with people that are attentive to non-compliance. Using materials other than wood. For example, in the construction of houses, you can use plastic containers stacked. For the construction of buildings, you can use compressed plastic that is much more resistant and carries more weight. And a famous practice made in other countries is the green buildings. Basically, it's planting trees and different types of plants in their ceilings or sides. There are many entities of the state that are in charge of evaluating and monitoring all the companies in charge of the construction of housing. The materials used are adequate if the company complies with national and international standards. The environmental licenses granted to those companies must make sure that the environmental impact is not so serious, and the companies are responsible to compensate the damage caused to the environment.
No estoy de acuerdo con la deforestación, ya que gracias a esta nos estamos nosotros desfavoreciendo como especie, ya que si todos tomamos un tiempo y nos sentamos a pensar, a analizar la situación, es una situación que tiene mucho riesgo y podría tener a futuro grandes consecuencias para nosotros. Todos sabemos que los árboles como tal son una fuente muy importante para subsistir, para simplemente algo como tan simple como respirar, que es muy importante pues para nosotros.
The responsibility of go ahead with this is in our hands. So guys, I invite you to take care about your house, your planet, your nature places, your trees are your friends, so you have to think about them.